Hello, Taurus. This message is meant for you. I hope everybody is having an excellent day. Now, remember always to take what resonates, leave what doesn't resonate with you. Let's go ahead and get started into this. All right. So we have the Ten of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups in reverse, the Seven of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Emperor. Let's see what's following these cards. The Two of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, the Fool in reverse, the Chariot in reverse, Chariot, however you pronounce it, and the World in reverse. So it looks like there's some form of not letting go, but not moving forward. Like you want to move forward, but you're not sure how. I think you're blinding yourself here with the World in reverse and the Two of Swords. I think there's something that you haven't completely let go of, even though you're trying to tell yourself you have let go. You're fantasizing about the future and what else can be out there for you, what is better, what could be better for you. But yet you're still kind of clinging here into the past. And I feel like there's a lot of insecurities. Maybe you've lost trust with yourself, your intuition here a little bit, because you're kind of stuck in a fantasy world. With the Ten of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles, it looks like, you created success for yourself. You're stable. You're stable. That could be financially, emotionally, spiritually. Like you feel good about yourself. You feel good about your current situation. But yet there's a lot of inability to make decisions here. And with the Fool here in reverse and Two of Pentacles, the World in reverse, the Chariot in reverse, it looks like you just don't know where to go from here. You might be overwhelmed. You put a lot of hard work into yourself, but I don't think you're getting the payout you think you're going to get. You may feel, I feel like you feel good. And if not, it's you can take care of yourself. You can take care of the things around you with the Emperor and the Ten of Pentacles. And especially there might be, maybe this is all just a front, maybe. Because it's you're stable, but then we're insecure. You're not trusting yourself, but you want to go, you're just not living in reality right now. And you might be putting too much importance on money here. You want to be financially stable. You want to be successful. And the cards are suggesting that this hard work is paying off. You are going to get this Ten of Pentacles moment. You are going to feel stable and happy that you've created, this empire, this life for yourself. But there's just something that you're scared to do here. Maybe there's people in the past that you may feel are bringing you down. And that's why you're scared to move on, because you don't want to let go of these people. But let's get some more clarification cards for the Two of Swords and the World and the Chariot and the Fool, because there's adventure waiting there for you with the Seven of Cups here too, which is the imagery. It's there's adventure waiting for you, but you're just kind of sticking. You don't want to take the risks. Maybe you put so much effort into this stability that you're afraid that if you take risks, that it's going to completely ruin your stability. That you might start getting anxious and insecure that you're going to lose all that you've put work into, all this effort you put into it. And with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, it looks like the cards are saying that you need to reshift your focus. It's not all about money. It's not all about expensive items and living in luxury. With the Seven of Cups here, it looks like you may fantasize about that lifestyle a lot, because you feel that's what's going to make you happy, is this financial security and this, I have all of this, I have this designer bag, or I have this designer watch. But really doesn't look like, with the Queen of Cups, it doesn't look like it's actually bringing, this mindset is bringing real fulfillment. I'm not getting too many negative cards here. It just looks like there's or maybe you're still trying to work for this stability, and things just aren't moving the way because you don't know how to let go of maybe some toxic behaviors. You don't know how to really create the success, even though it looks like you're putting a lot of hard work into it. And the Ten of Pentacles and the Emperor being here, it looks like that's going to come to you if it already hasn't come to you. But let's see what are we blinding ourselves from here with the Two of Wands in the Two of Wands, because there's a decision that needs to be made that You're refusing, there's something in the past that you're refusing to let go of. And I think you're blinding yourself. Instead of getting in tune with yourself, with the Queen of Cups here in reverse, where you kind of like lost your intuition with yourself, you're kind of like, you're like almost ignoring things. With Two of Swords, you're ignoring things, and this Tower moment is a life-changing event is trying to come to you. It's trying to happen, but you need to let go, or you need to acknowledge something. There's something here that you haven't found closure with yet. Maybe somebody from the past could be coming into your life, or there's no closure. You're not making a decision. You're kind of in a limbo moment right here. You may be focused with the cards up here. You may be. Let's keep going with this Tower moment, because you're preventing change from happening. The Three of Wands. Okay, so you're losing sight of the future. Like, maybe the reason why your inability to let go, or the reason why you're not making this choice, is because you don't see long-term success in it, or you don't see long-term, you don't see the obstacles ahead, you don't see the vision, so you're kind of like scared, you're stuck in this like, it's limbo, like you're just kind of not making any actual decisions. And part of me kind of feels like you don't know what decision you're supposed to be making anyways. So you're kind of just like, well, if I don't make any decision at all, nothing can happen. But that's what this feeling of stuck, life isn't progressing, because you can't see the future, so you can't figure out what decisions to make, because the Three of Wands is all about seeing obstacles and long-term goals, but you can't see any of that. And the Two of Swords is coming on really strong right now intuitively. It's coming on like you just don't want to see it. You're refusing to see it. You're purposely blinding yourself. And because you're purposely blinding yourself, all this hard work you've been putting into your situation isn't leading you anywhere here with the Fool in reverse. You're kind of just in the same position with the Chariot in reverse. The fact that you don't even have long-term goals is showing that like you just don't know what to do, because things aren't laid out how they should be. So you're kind of just scatterbrained. You're kind of just making choices that aren't really leading you anywhere, and it's kind of leaving you stuck in the past. It's this lack of future vision is making you stuck in the past. There's some type of closure that needs to happen here. Let's see what we got. The Seven of Pentacles. All right, so it looks like maybe the reason why you don't want to let go, whether you're conscious of it or not, because with the Two of Swords here, for some of you, I feel like you're not conscious or aware of it. But with the World here and the Seven of Pentacles, it looks like you put a lot of work into a situation, and maybe you can't let go of all that effort you put into it. You wanted to be, with the Emperor up top, it looks like you wanted to be a caretaker, or you wanted to be, this can be either, I'm getting more so love, but this can be a job too. Like maybe you want to be the boss of a situation, you want to be the lover, the caretaker. You put all this effort into being, the Emperor is more masculine, but this can also, like, it doesn't necessarily mean boy or girl, but it's all about, taking care of someone, being not necessarily the father, but really just the caretaker or the boss. And it looks like you put effort into a situation where you wanted this outcome, and maybe the outcome hasn't manifested yet, or because we're blind to the situation. With the Chariot, you're overwhelmed, you don't really know where to go. You're just all in limbo because you put so much work into it. But why aren't things happening? Why aren't we letting go? You put work into it, okay. And what I'm also getting for some of you, maybe this work you put into it wasn't in the right state of mind or with the right intention. Maybe you chased after this dream, this person, this goal, and it was really to feed your ego, especially with the Seven of Pentacles here and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, or the Seven of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. It looks like you could have been trying to fill your ego with all this effort you put into it, and let's keep going. But so a lot of ego. There's just a lot of ego chasing with these cards. You're putting the work into it. But let's see. The Ten of Wands in reverse. Maybe you don't want to go at it alone anymore. Yeah, like you put too much responsibility onto yourself in this situation. You took other people or this situation, whatever it could be, whether it's a job or a lover, however it resonates with you. You took on more responsibility that wasn't meant to be delegated to you, and I think that you took a lot of ownership with this. So with the Emperor, it's like almost like you're protecting this situation, and you spent so much time in this situation that you don't want to let her go, or if her, maybe for who's listening, you don't want to let the situation go. And it's like almost like the cards are saying you need to ask for help. The World in reverse, 7 of Pentacles. The situation needs to be closed. It needs to be worked on. With the 10 of Wands here, maybe you need to reach out and ask for help with this situation. So, here, let me put these back. These don't feel right. 10 of Wands. What do we need to do? Yeah, here with the 9 of Cups. So it looks like there's a wish. You wanted something to happen here. You really wanted this to happen. And that's because the 9 of Cups is all about wish fulfillment and good things coming. So maybe the reason why we aren't letting go is because whatever it is that went on in this situation where you're kind of at a standstill, whatever it is that you wanted in the beginning of this, looks like it can come true. Like, you know, maybe you're waiting here with the Fool, the Chariot. The reason why you don't want to move on, the reason why you're insecure about moving on is because you still have hope for this situation. So maybe you're blinding yourself. So it looks like you're blinding yourself from being able to take on new adventures or taking steps for a new future because you still want what's in the past to happen. And you don't know how to make it happen with a Chariot. So that's why there's a lot of confusion and delays and a lot of reason why you're not taking steps. Why aren't you, I don't understand why aren't you taking steps? What advice do we need in this situation? Like should we move on? Let's ask if we should move on or if we should try to work through this scenario. I think you're not taking steps because you just don't see how the future is going to happen. Or maybe you're too scared that if you take these steps with the Fool and the Chariot and the 3 of Wands, all 3 in reverse, 3 might be a lucky number for you. If the reason why you don't want to take steps into this situation to really get your dream to come true is because you're too afraid. And especially with the Queen of Cups here, you're not trusting yourself. You're not trusting your intuition. Almost like you're fighting it a little bit. It looks like you may be putting work into yourself, to trust that you have this ability, but you still aren't taking the steps. You're just in fantasy world. You're staying in limbo. You're putting work into yourself. You're putting work into your life. But you're kind of just in fantasy world with this situation here. Let's see. Should we move on? Let go? What's going on for Taurus? Because you want to take care of something. You want to take care of this situation, but you don't know how to. You're overwhelmed. You're not trusting the process. Or maybe you are trusting the process and you're staying in limbo. Maybe you're waiting for a sign here. That's why you're not making decisions, because you want the universe, you want your higher self to make that decision for you. What advice do we have here? So it looks like this situation can be a success, but we need a closure. We need closure for it to be a success, or we need to continue. What is it like? This popped out. Yeah, it looks like whatever situation this is, it's not over. So if it's not over, what should we do? Do we continue waiting in limbo? Do we start making action here? Because it looks like the situation, like good things are going to come from this situation. And maybe it's just on pause. The universe is saying don't push yourself to move forward, but just continue working hard and things are going to work out in your favor. Make sure we're not chasing things out of ego, out of materialism. Make sure we're actually aligned with our soul. Because it looks like right now, the reason why there isn't much movement in your life is because you are in deep fantasy without realizing that there is something in the past that needs to be healed or something that needs to be worked on here with the Death in reverse. Because it looks like your focus might just be elsewhere and the universe is saying, hey, we might, like there's too much fantasy, too much, like this isn't realistic, whatever it is your daydream is. And realism, the realistic part of what's happening in your situation is down here, and you're blinding yourself from what's actually happening because you don't have the, not that you don't have the strength, I don't want to say that, Taurus. It looks like you guys just would rather live in la la land than face this. And it looks like this is just kind of lingering in the background. So what's going to come from this situation? Are we going to take steps? Is the universe going to do something for us? What's going on here? What advice do we need? Do we continue just working on our future? Or do Taurus, what do you have to do? Do you need to, let's see. The Fool in reverse again. I think, honestly, Taurus, with the advice that's giving here, the Fool in reverse, twice, that's funny. I think the universe is really just saying, hold on. You know, there's a situation at hand. The Tower in reverse, the Ten of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, a World in reverse, the Death in reverse. Yeah, it looks like what I'm really getting here is don't take necessary steps. Don't go on adventures. Don't start a new beginning, because there's still something that needs to happen with someone or some situation in the past. Like, let's pull an oracle card. Because I'm pausing, so I feel like the universe is putting a pause on you and the situation at hand. Because I'm not getting any cards signifying that we need to make some movement here. We need to start making choices. At least my intuition isn't telling me. Maybe I'm not even getting struggling to let go. I'm getting like a lot of pause and wait for the situation to unfold, how it's going to unfold. Let's see. What personal advice do we need to know? Let's see. Freezing. Look, freezing. Was I not just talking about pausing? Freezing doubts. Caution enables me to move forward at my own pace. Now, if that's not a synchronicity, did I say that word right? If that's not a better sign of this looks like this situation that's happening right now is we're being put on pause. You can't move forward. And what was I talking about? Not being able to move forward at your own pace. Wow. So yeah, so what I'm getting here is continue working hard. It looks like, with the Eight of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups, you may be working hard on yourself. There might be some insecurities that happen. Maybe the insecurities came from the situation, and you've been working hard to make, a life for yourself. But it looks like there's still something that's happening that was in the past that isn't finished yet. Something that you put a lot of work into. And whatever it is that this work that you put it into, it looks like it's going to happen the way that you want it to. Maybe it's not the way that you want it to, but it's going to be of success of some form of manner. Like whatever this is that has taken a pause, that's not completely over yet. Maybe the situation you've been ignoring here that's preventing change in your life, that's making you not see the future. It looks like it's put on pause, and I think you put it on pause because you wanted to work on yourself here. You wanted to fix these insecurities. But even though with you trying to fix these insecurities, I feel like your goals that you're trying to achieve in this current moment may not be realistic. But the cards are saying, not that they're not realistic, that maybe they're just a little. Let's do the Seven of Pentacles real quick before I finish off this reading. The other Seven of Pentacles is Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. They're closely related to each other. That there's a lot of egoism here. Yeah, with the moon. Okay, yeah, so it looks like the moon and the two. It looks like, Taurus, you're really blinding yourself from this situation. And with the freezing doubts, you move at your own pace. I think it's going to take some time for you to really break down these lies. I don't want to say lies, but these walls, these masks that you put on yourself. The way of thinking. Because you're not thinking about this situation that's happening here. Whatever happened in the past, you're trying to ignore it. You're trying to live in fantasy world. You're really trying to put these illusions on yourself. And I feel like that's the reason why there isn't much movement in your life, because you need to take your time and really decide here with the Chariot how to really almost bring Temperance energy into this situation. How to... I feel like you don't want to think about this situation because it leaves you scattered brain. It makes you feel overwhelmed. So instead of trying to sort through this issue with the situation, you're just trying to ignore it as long as possible. And the freezing doubts caution enables me to move forward at my own pace. So I think you're really just trying to take your sweet, sweet time in this situation. And this is your life. You take as long as you need to take in order to figure this situation out. But this situation is not over. And I'm sensing with the full reverse here twice that you're really not going to move on from this situation until we start making choices, until we take our blindfold off here with the Two of Swords. Once we really start looking into the future and how we're going to, and stop ignoring the obstacles is what I'm getting with the Three of Wands. Because Three of Wands upright is all about seeing obstacles and knowing how to overcome them, or at least having the strength. With the Three of Wands, I think you're just avoiding these obstacles in this situation, which is why there's no movement. But there's also you don't want to move on. It's almost more comfortable. You feel more connected in this situation if you don't make choices, if you choose not to move on, or if you choose not to. But that's what, with the Death card here, this situation isn't over. There needs to be closure. But it's also things are going to happen your way here with the Nine of Cups. But I think it's just going to take you some time to really think about it, because you're refusing to think about it. So yeah, what I'm getting here is take your time, however long it takes. I don't know what exactly the situation is for you Tauruses, but it looks like there is no movement here. And I think we just got to address this situation slowly at your own pace. Maybe think about it time to time, stop ignoring it, stop living in fantasy world, and really think of some logical ways of how we're going to handle this situation, whether if it's closure or, I don't know. That's what the world is about, not getting closure. The Death is about things not being over. Do we need closure in this situation? What is it that we need? Because we also have wish fulfillment. Do we want closure in this situation? What is it that... Let's look. Because why aren't we thinking about this situation? The Ace of Pentacles. So it looks like a new opportunity is coming your way. And with the Ten of Pentacles and the Emperor being here as well with the Ace of Pentacles, this is usually more about finances and jobs and careers and stuff like that. But so whether this is a project that you've been working on, it looks like something new is coming your way. And so maybe we're just waiting for this new opportunity to come our way. And maybe you've been trying to think you're manifesting this opportunity with the Seven of Cups here. So it looks like this new opportunity is coming your way. Is that what's going to help with closure? Is that what we're waiting for? I don't like how that card came out. The Six of Pentacles. Yeah, so it looks like we want this new beginning, this new path, because you want to share your wealth. You want to share what it is that you learn. You want to share all this hard work that you put into yourself and into your life. Maybe you put this situation on hold. That's happening behind it, because I'm still a little bit confused. I feel like maybe this is... You don't even realize you're putting a situation on hold because you want to work hard on something else. Or maybe you've just ignored the situation for so long because you put all this hard work into a new beginning. You don't even realize that there is still something in the past that's lingering. I don't want to confuse myself. Let me see. Let me get the oracle. But I'm a little mixed up here with a new beginning is coming. Certainties. My thoughts open me up to inner and outer change. So yeah, okay, so what I'm thinking that what's happening here is the reason why we're not making choices and we're kind of ignoring the past is we think that in order how we're going to heal and move on from this situation that you aren't moved on from yet is by manifesting, thinking better things, just kind of, it's almost like you're just kind of hoping that this new beginning is going to come to you and you won't even have to worry about putting closure in this past, that the new opportunity will be presented, and whenever you get this new opportunity, you'll be able to start a new life with that and sharing this new beginning with someone else. And so my thoughts open me up to inner and outer change. It looks like you're just waiting for that. You know that it's almost you're kind of trying to erase your thought process. You're trying to blind yourself from thinking about what was in the past and just hoping that a new future comes your way so that it helps release you of that path or that past. Let's pull one more card. Like you want this change. You might just not know how to get there, so you're just hoping if you vibrate on the right frequency that it'll just come your way. But it looks like we're just working out of a place from ego. So we just want to make sure that we're really in line with our higher selves. And with the world here in reverse, if there's an apology that needs to be given, maybe go ahead and give that apology, and that's going to help release you of your past. With the Wheel of Fortune, yeah. So things are conspiring in your favor. Things are going to happen the way that the universe is going to have it happen, it looks like. The Wheel of Fortune is all about like destiny and fate. It could be a karma card. So whatever you put into the universe, you'll get returned back to you. But it looks like this situation that you're kind of just waiting. You're in manifestation mode. You're in, I'm ignoring the past, hoping it kind of goes away. And the Wheel of Fortune here, the cards are kind of saying, yeah, the wheels are turning, you know, destiny is happening. The future is going to come when the future comes. You know, be open-minded to it with certainties. And also what I'm getting, like, there might be too much control here. Like, you might be trying to control this situation too much, or trying to control your inner world too much to avoid what happened in the past. And you're trying to really cling to, money, to forget the past. To forget whether you were poor, to forget that you were in love. You're trying to just really work hard on achieving financial gains, so that way you don't have to think about whatever situation happened here. And that's why there's so much illusion here. That's why there's so much of you blinding yourself, or you trying not to think about it, you trying to live in fantasy world instead. But the Wheel of Fortune is saying that, you know, there are some things that are beyond your control. You got to learn to loosen up, to relax, and however this situation is going to play out, it's beyond your control. So maybe relax, breathe. Don't be afraid to take off the blindfold, the Two of Swords and the Moon card here. You know, maybe the way to heal from the past is to think about the past. But don't worry, because the Wheel of Fortune, whatever is going to happen, is going to happen. So yeah, Taurus, that is your reading. If that resonated with you, please go ahead and leave a comment. Follow for more daily readings. I appreciate everybody who likes this video, and I hope everybody has an excellent